Welcome back, everyone, to the semi-finals of Little Squid League 49. My name is Hammy, and I'm joined here with Pat. Pat, how you doing?
I am doing awesome. I mean, every time there's a Little Squid League, I'm happy. It's one of my favorite tournaments. And I love to see really the future of this scene fight for the diamond crown that is here on the top bracket. And we're now in the semifinals. We're now in a best of 5. It's going to be between Reignfall and Altruist on this side.
Yeah, Reignfall and Altruist, they've been both running through this diamond bracket. I was looking through. Reignfall has not dropped a single match today. They have had 2 buys in round 1 of diamond bracket as well as group stage, but they are playing out of their minds, I'm sure, without dropping a single game. Altruist, bit more of a lot of 2-1s coming through here, but they've been fighting their way through, and now we're going to see how these teams want to fight as they are getting in the match. Reignfall already rushing to the zone. Altruist a bit more of a cautious approach, as Reignfall already has control of the middle of the map. And now a bit of a skirmish coming in. Dooley's rolling in by themselves, not getting any value. Reignfall already looking pretty.
Yeah, Reignfall very much in control right now, but they've just lost a player as Altruist is answering the call, trying to get in. They lose 2 players, trying to push, and Reignfall is holding that zone, forcing Altruist to respawn fast, but it's not working for Altruist right now. More Splats going the way of a Reignfall, who are now trying to push forward. You know how dangerous a team can be once they are on top of that platform, and look at that, all of Reignfall ahead of the zone, holding the line right now.
Altruist had a bit of a stagger there, but are now all back together. We do see their specials online, 3 ready to go. The sodas are out. Here comes the missiles. They have that slider ready. Can they get it into a perfect position to push through? They do get 1 member down of Reignfall. Here comes that bubble a bit further back than they might have hoped, but it does get them a footing, and there goes the zone with a couple of picks. Altruist are not out of this match yet. They are here to fight, pushing out Reignfall now. They have to regroup in their base, but we've seen how oppressive Reignfall have been already in the first minute and a half, and I'm sure they're going to be able to break back in. So if you're Altruist, you got to get ready.
Yeah, that was a mighty first push by Reignfall. Altruist, though, they're in control right there. They're holding that zone as Reignfall is trying to go onto the zone. They deploy the... Ooh, very nice Splat right here. That's going to allow them to apply penalty, allow them to get in, and force Altruist to defend now.
Here comes that slider from Reignfall, not getting any picks, but I do trade out the decav as they slide through. Now we have Altruist is pushed back a little bit. They need to regroup once again. We saw them break in. They know how to successfully get back to zone. Bit of a risky play, does not play out. They get up the zone with 2 members going down. The Trizuka does go down. Nara able to help on that front, but now as a Dooley left alone on the flat, this counter is about to start ticking down as that penalty is gone. Only a few seconds left. Altruist are down 2 with those picks. That is looking like it's going to be Reignfall's game. I don't think Altruist have time, even if they got a wipeout. Unless that slider, no, it does not get to zone. And Reignfall, in a very suppressive fashion, taking game 1.
Hey, I mean, you said before the game, Reignfall are undefeated. Reignfall are coming into this tournament incredibly strong, incredibly powerful, and they keep the winning streak active. They keep getting more and more. I mean, it's very much a monster team that we have here, and they're here to show how good they are.
For sure. Now, the one benefit that Altruist has is they've played a lot more today. Reignfall have been sweeping all their sets, but they've had 2 buys. They were in in round 1 of groups. They only played 2 rounds instead of 3, and then in Diamond Bracket, because they're the number 1 seed, they had a bye. So Altruist, they've played more Splatoon today. They've had more time to warm up and kind of get in their groove, but it looks like Reignfall doesn't need that time. They're already in a groove, and they're just here to keep taking names. So Altruist now, I do believe, have a counter pick. So it gives them a lot more ability to push Reignfall back, because they can bring them into their own territory rather than being at the whim of a set map list.
Yeah, a counter pick is a very important thing for a team, especially when you're down, when you're behind. Being able to go onto a map mode where you know you'll be able to reset mentally, when you know you have a good plan, where you know you have tried different things, that could allow Altruist to get back in. And they choose pretty fast to go on Clam Blitz on Umami Runes. I love to see teams counterpick Clam Blitz. If you have the plan, if you have the coordination, this is the perfect mode.
Definitely. Clam Blitz can be that mode that sometimes you just lack the confidence in. I know me, like, personally, a lot of the times I dread playing Clam Blitz because, like, oh, we need to lock in now. We can't just... I'm a reflex main. If it's zones, I turn my brain off. I just paint. It's easy. Clam Blitz, I gotta think about economy. I gotta think about more positioning, passing clams. So yeah, I love this pick from Altruist. I'm really excited to see if they can bring out something very interesting for us here.
Now, the thing Altruist will have to pay attention to is Catboy on the side of Reignfall. That heavy Splatling has been buffed recently and outranges everybody on the side of Altruist. They will need to find a way to cut the distance. I mean, they have the missiles, which are always good to negate a backline, but they need to push forward. And right now, it's Reignfall again, opening pretty strong, taking control of top mid and pushing their way forward.
There goes that slider, not going to catch anyone. It actually does go down, not the result that Inoki was looking for, though. The rest of the team is still holding out here. The numbers advantage is still inside of Reignfall, but that jump in does break, but does go down. 3v3, can they get any picks? No. Demon Days does go for the clams rather than any picks. Ultra was pushing out Reignfall, only 68 points. That is a decent starting push, but 2 power clams will completely through that. A double kill coming in from Hydra on that head it, walking through with those sodas, getting a third, the assist on the third, actually. One member left of Reignfall, and this might be a push for Altruist.
That's a push for Altruist, but they lost a lot of clams, they lost 2 players. The tactical is active, but they have to push back because Reignfall is defending pretty well. Lizzie with the Decapitator is still around, but the basket is going to close. That's the end of that push. Just 20 points is not what Altruist was hoping for right there. They were so close to getting so much more.
And they set up so well, too. You see, they went for the kills rather than the clams. They set up the basket. There's only 1 member left, just Catboy and Reignfall, but just didn't have that economy. Now, Ultra still does have map control, which is very, very important, and they have a lot of clams, 16 total on their side. So if they can get in here, they can cause a lot of damage and get a lead pretty easily, but they need to find those picks, and they do. Goes down 2, but Reignfall still fighting back. Ultras are going to need to work for it.
Yeah, Altruist not able to pierce through yet. Every Splat becomes a trade as I say that. Altruist gets in, and now that's a very nice bubbler. They have 1 more clam that should be able to get the lead. Here comes the Reef Slider to end the push again. Though Altruist got the tiniest lead you can get. With just a Super Clam, Reignfall would get that lead back.
Exactly, and I love the patience from Inoki on that Dreadbringer. They realize that, well, sure, we lose the lead, but 1 power clam will break it. I'm going to back up, get my slider, and go back in and get that double kill to clear them out of our spawn. Very well played, and also getting another pick there as we watch them on the spectator cam. Now, Reignfall trying to take back control. Here comes another slider from Inoki, getting 1 again, but does go down to Catboy on that, Hydra on the head it, on the side of Altruist, able to clear that out. That is one of the most difficult things with Slider is ending in a position where you're not going to get picked off by something like a Splatling, very high DPS.
And the 2 Splatlings have been such a pillar for their team to really punish the wrong moves to get the special Splat. Hydra getting 1 here, getting another. That is huge. That's going to allow Altruist to take control of top mid, to establish themselves, capture more clams, and prepare another push. But they need to push ahead of that mid and punish these recurring Reef Sliders.
Yeah, Hydra pulled one of my favorite moves, which is watch the enemy power clam and just kill anyone who goes near it. It's an easy way to get multiple kills. Now, Altruist did lose map control there. They had to walk back and let Reignfall take space. No power clam on the side of Reignfall, so they can't push just quite yet, and obviously they'd like to get some picks, but with those sodas coming up from Hydra, it's actually going to enable Altruist to walk in a bit more confidently and not worry about dying, because they get back quick, and they do manage to get the numbers advantage, taking back the zone, getting the right, but there is a jump behind them. Do they recognize that? They do. Gnar on the side of Altruist does manage to recognize it. There goes the break. Here comes the power clam jumping in, gets it in. 32 points already, but it's just Hydra. They have to back up, reset, and respect the fact they got this lead. There's 35 seconds. Now they have to turtle up and defend.
That's the lead that allows them to get a Super Clam scored onto them, and Reignfall is not wasting a second. They reef slide in, the reef slider is punished again. Reignfall needs to get in. They don't have much clams, but they have enough. They keep the basket open. This could be a lead swap as long as they grab 3 more clams, and they have the super in the basket. That's the lead. That's another clam in the basket. Everybody's jumping in. Altruist trying to defend. They get 3 splats. They get the wipeout, but now they need an overtime comeback, Hammy.
And that's a tall overtime comeback indeed. Getting past 5 points, you essentially need to KO at that point with how many points a clam gets you. Now, they don't have a lot of time. They have 2 power clams on board. They have a slider ready. They can get in if Al-Nar gets through the enemy lines, but they need to break now. They're running out of time. That timer's going to go down, and that's it. Altruist had the resources, but not the time. The clock was on the side of Reignfall, and now they are up 2-0 in this best of 5.
Altruist were so close to getting that game, but Reignfall able to really get that one big push to get the lead back, and then Altruist were not ready to get another push. They didn't have the resources ready. They had to use everything just to stop Reignfall for scoring. And right now, despite playing so well on this map, despite finding incredible picks, they are back 2-0, and they need to get another counter pick, their last counter pick of the set.
Now, again, speaking historically from this match, we're seeing both of these teams' records could stay true. Reignfall has yet to lose a single match, but Altruist has, other than their first match of the day, or set of the day, everything has been a 2-1. So Altruist could reverse sweep there, and it would continue their streak of having close sets. So if they win this next one, we could very well see that reverse sweep come in, because they did it in round 2 of Diamond Bracket. They reverse swept UFO.
Yeah, I mean, everything is possible. We'll see. It's going to be rough for Altruist right now. I feel like they need to change something. They need to be able to punish Reignfall before Reignfall deals the damage to them. They've had really trouble being proactive. They had trouble really pushing in and getting the points they could get if they wanted to. And we're going to go back to Splat Zones, this time on Robo ROM-en.
Robo ROM-en Splat Zones. Now this is where a slider can shine. Now here it's risky because Reignfall does have Inoki on that Dreadringer. That's going to be a very deadly weapon. But Altruist does have Al-Nar on those Tetra dualies with that slider as well. So they need to be ready to outplay Reignfall, because I think this will be a very strong map for their comp with that heavy, with that Dreadringer, and the 2 shooters. But they're gonna have to overcome a lot here.
Yeah, as you said, there is a lot to go through. There is a lot to do. Altruist, they have the fight in them. They can do it, but going against Reignfall, connecting things, getting things to go your way for a whole game is a whole different story. You really need to adapt. You need to be prepared to defend and to attack whenever you need to. But yes, let's go. This could be the final game for Altruist, or this could be the start of something. We'll see what they're able to do. Reignfall not really changing what has been working for them, and Altruist bringing back the same comp as well. It's really, can they make it work this time?
Yeah, and honestly, they might be able to. They just have to prove that they can. Already painting up for some sodas in the back is heavy on that headed. Now, already getting the soda for their team. They let Reignfall have the map control early. They're playing calm here. We see Lizzie and Jake, Sasha and Roller coming in. They do manage to get one, though pushing up a little bit too far. The rest of the team wasn't ready to respond as Altruist was still getting the zone. They are in control. That's step one. Now, step two is getting some picks, but here, Catboy on the heavy, being oppressive, just painting down from the heavens. Nar trying to be a little bit annoying on that side, trying to push them out. Here comes those strikes from Lizzie, pushing out Reignfall. But we have this flank here from Onoki that might cause some damage to get that slider ready.
Yeah, that Dread Ringer is so powerful, so oppressive, went on the ledge, and right now the rest of Reignfall was able to get in, get the splats, and that's the lead taken by Reignfall right now. It's on Altruist to really find a way in. That splat on the shooter is a huge sub, but the answer from the Reef Slider is as dramatic as Reignfall is really locking that zone.
Two members of Altruist barely staying alive thanks to some geometry, but still one pick plus not dying on Dreadringer is a lot of value. Getting another there, a good slosh from Inoki onto Lizzie. Nar pushed up by themselves, but they're running out of time. Reignfall 22 ticks away from KOing and sweeping this set. They're going to need something, but they're getting pushed back into their base. 10 ticks, they need to walk forward. Here comes the strikes from Lizzie. We have Jake painting. They get the neutral, they get the cap. No, the slider from Inoki will push them out. Lizzie's painting, so is Hydra. They're all just fighting for this zone. All four members of Altruist are trying their best, but they're down two. Can they get it? Lizzie by themselves can't get it. No, the wipeout. Reignfall able to just keep that penalty away and just consistently keep that zone neutral and get the wipe, picking up Altruist one by one, keeping their record alive. 3-0 sweep.
And Altruist right there, so close to flipping that zone, so close to keeping themselves alive in the tournament. But hey, they made it to top 4, but it's nothing to scoff at. That was a great run by Altruist, but right now, Reignfall is dominating this bracket, is showing why they are the seed number 1 of this tournament. And they just got their qualification for the finals.
Definitely. Yeah, again, great work from Reignfall, sweeping everything so far this tournament. Altruist trying their best. They fought their way through Diamond Bracket, getting all the way to semis-finals of any tournament, honestly, is no easy feat, especially one as competitive as LSL in this lower level. Now, I do believe we're going to go to a very short break as the other semi-finals match is finishing up before we go to our grand finals. Will it be Arrows of Red? Will it be Turbo Torben? Find out soon.